media availability. He's joined now by 3 members of Team Penske, who've all been, I believe, all been out on track this morning in this morning's session. Since Will and Simon are lost in conversation, I'll go ahead and start with our.
So I can leave early, so I can stay late.
Exactly, yes. We worked this out beforehand.
Exactly. It was great. It was. I have to be honest. It was a little bit quick reaction out there when the first time you're like, whoa, especially in a place that I have no idea. It's the first time I'm driving, so kind of like there was a very rushed. But towards to the end of the day, it was a little bit better. So I'm still getting the timing right. But it's great. It's great to be back in IndyCar. It's great to feel again the horsepower. Great to feel the the quickness of the car as well. And it's just like feel the wind, on your on the visor, because normally you have the windshield now that I've been a year running with the sports car. So it's been quite a lot of fun. Hopefully I can help my guys, my teammates here, testing some things that they might don't think it's necessary. So somebody always gotta take the short stick, and I think I will be the one. But it's been so far so good.
So is that Helio, how you see your role here at this test is providing an extra car of data for the team, but also you'll be competing on a permanent road course in May at the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Does any of this help you out there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, right now it's getting everyone, not only myself, especially myself, but also the team. But the team is incredible. Those guys jumping in, another from sports car. We have some guys from the sports car program and straight into the IndyCar. They're like ready to go. So we just want to make sure that everyone is in sync, and plus, if I can obviously add, as I said, Simon was referring to mule. If I can try something that nobody want to do it, why not? I mean, this is good for everyone. Every time you have more collecting data live, it's always beneficial to the team. So hopefully, with that, help me get used to, and when we come back to the Indy Grand Prix, we're ready to go.
Did you say a mule?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe guinea pig? Are we thinking guinea
pig? From his days in Brazil when he used to go to the airport.
Exactly. I used to drive a mule.
He used to put the balloon in and swallow it, and then he wouldn't always swallow it. Actually, sometimes he would the other way.
So I'm going to go ahead and derail this. I'm going to switch subjects here.
Okay.
But we'll grab the microphone so he gets to go next. He's joined now by our reigning Indianapolis 500 champion, Will Power, driving the number 12 Team Penske Chevrolet for the team today here at COTA. Will, a new track for the MGT IndyCar Series, one that I know you've been excited to get some laps on. How did that go for you this morning?
Yeah, actually, the track is phenomenal. I love it. Very technical, obviously a lot of complexes, and there's not there is a place where fans can see the whole track. Like there's a cool tower, not that you could fit like 100,000 people up there, but it's actually it's a good track. Great facilities. We're all the drivers stoked to be here, so thoroughly enjoying it. Helio's spent more time in the sand than David Hasselhoff. In the sand. Just sand.
As you can tell, everybody's very excited to get the season back up and started again.
So
Everyone's
spent
very
more
happy to
time
see
in
each
the
other.
sand than David Hasselhoff.
Yeah. More than David Hasselhoff because of
What was that called?
Baywatch.
Yeah.
You gotta explain the joke,
Had to
Will.
make a connection there. Simon, we'll go ahead and move on to you.
Is that something to do with the mule?
It is not, no, separate
Nothing to do with
conversation.
speedo. It was nothing to do with that either.
Simon, driving the number 22 Chevrolet here for Team Penske, starting off the season in true form, trying to become an IndyCar Series champion once again. How are you feeling about the start of the season and your prospects heading into 2019?
Yeah, it's been really good. We've done a really fantastic job. The whole team gathering right after Sonoma to try to attack the winner, understand the program that we needed to face to improve the cars and improve ourselves. So it's phenomenal. Team Penske, they're the best of the best, and they still always try to turn every stone they can to be better. It's impressive. So it's such an honor to be part of this organization. We've looked at everything, and I have to say, I can feel a big improvement already. It's about putting everything together now. It's it's a bit like a recipe when you cook. It's about finding the right ingredients. we're putting all the pieces together. So at the moment, we're really just exploring, and it's still early stage, but the feeling is good, and it's good to be back on the track, especially a track like this one. So, I love IndyCar, I love racing these cars, and I have to say it's awesome to start a new season.
Absolutely. Any questions for these three? Any questions? Yes, sir.
Hi, Stu Meyer from the Horn here in Austin. For any of y'all, what have you heard about this track and what have you experienced today that you found most challenging and most fun about driving IndyCar here at COTA?
It's it's got corners from other tracks. I know Silverstone, it's that first sector, I think it's just starting in turn 3 there. It's an amazing complex of corners, very technical. So it's a really fun track, and I'd actually tested here before. It's become a little bit more bumpy, which adds some character to the track. I don't know if there's anything else really to add.
Yeah, it's an interesting track because it's got a lot of low speed corners, elevation changes, and then all of a sudden you throw yourself into those fast S's, and it requires different things from the car to handle right. So you have to find a compromise to be the fastest around the whole racetrack, and with driving, with techniques, then you can adjust and use some of those curves to turn around the bends, but it's tough, but there's 20 corners, so it's a long track and there's a lot of little details to work on.
A good idea is a good idea forever. So
That's a quote.
Patrick.
The right
A good idea. I didn't get that.
Okay, keeping the vein of how this is going. Will and Simon, are you really happy to have Helio here, or is he just an unnecessary distraction in your test plan?
he's just a pest. Yes.
I like it.
That's like my dad used to call us kids when we were young. He said, "You're just a pest. Get out of here."
I think it's nice. It's like when your grandparents come to visit. It's comforting. They're sweet and they,
For me, it was just like that flight.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
No, it's actually great having him here. It's certainly live.
Feelings mutual, by the way. This guy.
It's great having me here. Yeah. Great to have Helio. Helio and I get along well and always joking around. At dinner, he had some great stories last night, telling us great stories. I'd like to share them with you. We haven't got time. Love it. I hope he comes back full time. So throwing that out there.
You just did. It's awesome to have him. I have him on the sports car side too, so I don't get to miss him much. I love having him around because he's the biggest thing is his joy. It's great to have someone with such joy of life, and he's still a kid when he gets in his race car, and it's great to see, and it's inspiring. So I love having him on the team.
Well, why don't we let our original crew go? Our first three, unless they seem to want to stay. No? Okay, there we go. No, Joseph, you have
Joseph,
to
you
stay.
just got it.
Yeah.
I thought we were a team.
Everybody follows.
We are. We save everything for you.
See you guys. Thank you.
Is he in jail?
Joseph's in jail, yes.
Awesome.
No, Joseph has never been to jail.
Just got out.
Well, joined now by Josef Newgarden, who finished third fastest in this morning's session in the number 2 Team Penske Chevrolet. Joseph, we were just chatting with your teammates about their impressions of the track and their outlook on 2019. Why don't you go ahead and take that first subject?
Well, yeah, I thought it was fun to get a look. It was obviously new for us, so it was interesting to see. It's a very nice facility. You can tell the track is quite high quality. There's definitely some surface shifting. You were telling me about the soil here, and you can tell it's old farmland for sure, just because it's got quite a bit of waviness on the backstretch. There's some high bumps in a couple places, but other than that, it's a really cool racetrack. A lot of fun to drive. I like that it's long and flowing. It's not short, so you've really got to put a whole lap together here. And we'll see how we get on in the afternoon. We weren't super strong in the morning. We got a little better in the second set of tires, but I still think we're were a little out of the window, which is okay. It's a brand new circuit. You know, we didn't 100% know where to be to start, but I think we have a better idea now, and we'll see what we do in the afternoon.
What about weather conditions? So we're here, we're in Austin, Texas. You'd think we'd be maybe a little warmer than we are today. Maybe when we come back in March, it is quite warmer. Would that information gathered from today still be applicable to a different sort of weather climate?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, the temperature goes up 20, 30 degrees. It will change things, but the general characteristics of the track you're learning today, the wind looks like it's kicking up, and I think that's going to be a very big deal here. So, you know, the wind could probably play more of an effect than the temperature. So we're learning about that today, and then when the temperature does or doesn't change, we'll learn about that too later on. But I think the bulk of the information we're going to pick up is going to be very, very useful when we come back for the race weekend.
What are some key goals for you heading into the season? You came into maybe a year ago today, coming into that season as the reigning series champion. What are some things that you'd like to put together to perhaps repeat that season?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same goals. You know, we firstly want to win the Indianapolis 500. That's obviously goal number one for our group, and then the championship follows that. And I think for the championship side, we just need to be more consistent than we were last year. That was where we were lacking, in my opinion. We had great performance. We had some really solid weekends, but you know, from a consistency standpoint, we didn't put a whole year together very well. So that's the big thing from that. And then obviously going back to the 500, we just got to execute on race day and give ourselves an opportunity, and hopefully it works out.
Absolutely. Any questions for Josef? Yes, sir.
Les Kaiser, Speed City. Josef, Colton and Marcus knocked out at 148. You were in at 149. Those are pretty swift. How much time do you think is still left out on the track for you?
Hard to say. I think we'll get into the 47s probably by the time we're done with the test. You know, I think these 2 days, I'd be surprised if we don't get into the 47s. How much quicker we go than that, I'm not sure yet. I think we could probably get down to 45s when you get reds on, and you know, you're talking a race weekend, full rubber. I would say high 45s maybe. You know, that's probably that's my guess. That's my best guess right now of how fast we're going to go. Maybe low 46s, but I think that's probably what's in us.
Yes, Mary.
Josef, you probably haven't had a chance to really figure this out yet, but I've heard some discussion of tire degradation, and so in race conditions you probably wouldn't know how far these Firestone's tires will go, but do you have an idea? Because the track seems really like it's almost glass smooth.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the surface itself, you know, if you look at the actual material, it's very polished. So from that standpoint, there's not a lot of abrasion, but you know, that doesn't necessarily equate to keeping the tires underneath you the whole time. So yeah, I don't know yet how bad the tire deck's going to be. I think for the first set of tires, they definitely were degrading. I mean, they're wearing out. Tire life's not going to be easy here. You really notice a new set of tires, I guess is what I'm getting to. But they're going to last just fine. I think, you know, Firestones, we always have good durability. I mean, that's one of the traits of the tires, that it's so durable and reliable. So I don't think we'll have big problems with that. But yeah, figuring out the nuances of how much they're going to degrade, we don't 100% know yet. I don't, at least, yeah.
Any other questions for Josef? Josef, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.